Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. I haven't gone live in so long that I'm going to see how we do today. Let me make sure I get the chat up here. Let me connect to the chat. I know Angel of Glass is coming in. I did let Sammy in Brooklyn know, and I didn't know if it was a good time for our good friend Catherine. But yeah, hi, everybody. Hopefully you can see me all. So just want to make sure that I pop out a couple of disclosures before I get going. Hey, Stacy, come on in. Yeah, get the coffee brewing, girl, or maybe even a pot of tea. I mean, we're going back over some Sarasota classics here, and just kind of reminding people again why we spend so much time making sure that we are like bringing awareness to certain types of creators and influencers on the YouTube platform. It's not that I don't have a buy me a coffee link or, things of that nature, but I'm not absconding with a subscriber's property that was lent to me. And this gentleman literally goes around the United States trying to sell this sort of affable, personable persona, in my opinion. And on that time, he is getting quite a lot of mileage from being a YouTuber and just kind of getting people to gift him things. And I always want to kind of remind people, and it's not that I'm here with some sort of morality today. Hey, Sammy, thank you for coming by. Hey, and then Angel's here too. These are two of our moderators. Yeah, it's been a while, and I have a cold or a flu or something. So if I sound completely bogged up today, it's why. Yeah, he is misleading our elders. Yes. Oh my gosh. I know. And I just said, you know what? I'd been off from work. And I got to do some schoolwork in a minute. My eyes are watering, but we're just going to let Sarasota Tim take this away because JJ actually crushing it in Florida. Check out his channel. Put out a video today. And it's funny because none of us are in communication about the type of content that we are going to be putting out. But it just seems interesting that I will be doing something about Tim and the golf clubs, and JJ happened to put out a video about it as well, because we see what's happening with Tim and how Tim tends to double down with his behaviors, and the fact that he is parading golf clubs that he took from another person. They were a lent item. And one thing is like somebody lending you a book and not returning it. Okay, I understand. Usually if someone's loaning a book, they probably are in the mind that they're giving the book to the person. Hey, Sharon, come on in. But in reality, when it comes to things like over $2,000 worth of golf clubs, after somebody has already gifted you items, you don't just abscond with this person's property. Now, there was always this contention: did Tim have these gifted to him, or were they lent to him? Now, as you know, and I know Johnny Vegas doesn't really want to be dragged into this situation, but I think the reason why we have to keep circling back to this, along with the EIDL and all of these different things, is because it shows a pervasive pattern and almost a sense of entitlement that often can transpire with influencers who have really put their source of income on a platform like YouTube. And YouTube has been going through a lot of changes lately. So anyway, I don't want to chat too much and lose the audience. So let's just get up to the first video here. Let's make me small. Obviously, that's the fair use statement from the attorney. If anybody is ever interested in finding out how much I actually spent on the attorney, then yeah, I feel like I should set a fan funding goal. I'm just teasing. That would be such a foodie beauty thing to do. I should set a fan funding goal of $2,000 to return Johnny Vegas back his golf club money. But it's nobody's responsibility, I promise you. Somebody's responsibility to take care of any of these digital panhandlers. Hey, come on in. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, well, Dino, who knows? Dino probably trying to stay out of this one. I think anybody who has had any chance to engage with for any length of time other than Tammy, who, think they're birds of a feather flocking together, in my opinion, then, I think there's probably nothing good going on. All right, I'm actually going to have to bring up somebody else onto the screen. Let me remove this one. And let me share this one instead. Let me get rid of this one. Let me add this image instead, because obviously, Tim loves to go to church. Miss Vicky actually brought up that one, a great point today. Hey, everybody. I'm sorry if I'm not saying hi. I'm trying to be quick because I've got a lot of evidence to show today. And initially, when I brought this subject up back in April or May of this year, because I had spoken with Johnny Vegas, and he wanted his golf clubs back, and now I think he's just kind of letting it go. But obviously, like I said, it shows a pervasive pattern with Sarasota Tim. 3 times speed. Well, see, unfortunately, Tar Heels Forever, I can't understand them. I put them to 1.25, and I'm going to try to make these quick. But I thank everybody for being here today. Make sure you hit the likes coming up and any hype or any of that good stuff so people can find the live here. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, so it seems strange, but I'm so happy to be back. Like I said, I still have some classes to finish out, so that's pretty much what's been going on. Plus, I have been working with an editor, so if you check out my most recent videos, I've been working with somebody, and he's actually working on my most recent. I just sent him over a video. I try to make them as quick as possible, but there's a lot of information sometimes, especially with Tim. And it's a lot of clips because he puts out a lot of videos, but literally just over a very short period of time at the end of September, when Tim was egregiously digital panhandling and pity marketing and whatever else, Tim is a grown man, and he made the decision as an able-bodied man to pretty much kick work his entire life, because we know he's never worked as hard as he has probably with this recent YouTube channel, and he is desperate to return to glory. But anyway, that's a video coming up, and my editor Luke is working on that, so hopefully it'll come out really good. Lots of clips, but it's quick too. So, and I'm looking always for some additional scammy scammers to take to add to the mix here, especially people on YouTube using it. And like I said, I know I'm monetized. I get super chats and lots of thanks and all these things. I'm not using it as my primary source of income. It's still money that I use as a hobby. And as I've said this year, any money that I have made has paid for the attorney in order to fight for keeping the channel, and just, the ability for small creators to fight against people like Sarasota Tim, because I and myself and the other people who've dealt with Sarasota Tim are not the only creators on the platform on the whole who've had to deal with this issue with copyright. And I'm not the only person who sent people cease and desist and stuff. So, and obviously we have hopefully better edited content, just to make it a little bit more fun. And hopefully we'll start adding some more people that we think we need to warn our elders, because they are more prone to being scammed by people. They just,
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim. Same spot, different time.
Sorry about that, guys.
I just had a long visit at the gym. Did I work out that long? Heck no. I was on the phone making deals, making plans, got some new information. Whole new program, folks. Things change by the minute. This is fluid. Things are happening all the time. So Dino called.
Sorry if the screen disappeared. For some reason, I am going to have a tough time trying to look at the chat. And I'm going to try to read the chat over here, because for some reason, one stream doesn't like me being on my one stream. Maybe if I'm here and seeing stuff. Anyway, it will flash it off. So this is the very key part, though, I'm going to point out, though, is the part to listen out. Okay? Because this is the part where this video kind of got lost in the mix. And there was a channel that was called Non-Compos Mentis, and I can't find that channel anymore. So I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not sure what happened to Non-Compos Mentis. They had a lot of videos. They had a video out about that. I could not find their channel today. So that was interesting. You had to go to the gym to make phone calls. Now, this video I want to point out is from the 12th of May, 2024. This is when Tim was out in, obviously, the Laughlin, which is like the saddest place in Nevada, from what I can understand. And it's really sad. It's a really sad place. I hate to say it. At least that casino area is not particularly exciting. Thank you. Yeah. Don't forget to hit the likes and the thumbs up. So anyway, listen to this part, because this part's important to the golf club lore.
You guys remember, right? From a month ago when I was here, subscriber that showed up to say hello to me. Anyway, he's had this boat, and he's been promising to come, and he was going to visit us in Vegas with the other guys, but he had to work. Like I say, he got that prison job, but he does pretty well. Anyway, every year he likes to bring his boat over. He lives in Vegas. He rides it over through the water somehow or another, trailers it. I don't know what he does, but there's a marina here. And he wants to come this week, Friday, like, the end of the week, and stay like a week and go out on the boat, like, every day, a couple, 3 times. And he also wants to golf. And Timmy's coming. Timmy golfs. Timmy's bringing clubs. Dino is going to go over to Johnny Vegas' house and pick up and get acquainted and pick up some golf clubs that Johnny Vegas is going to loan me, some right-handed clubs. He's got a couple of sets. Timmy didn't have an extra set, but Dino lives in Vegas, and he's not that far from Johnny Vegas. So they're going to hook up, talk golf a little bit, I'm sure.
And that is the most key part of this. And that was exactly what Johnny Vegas told me, was that these golf clubs had always been to work against me. No, Brian, no, I got an attorney to work in my favor against Tim. And make Tim concerned that he might find himself in court if he did not leave my channel alone, which I would have after a time, because he really is, in my opinion, a really bad individual in the respect that I don't think, and it's just, and I feel that social media is just filled with these absolute charlatans. And it's hard because obviously I'm a commentary content creator. And I think, and we fight hard, I promise you, commentary channels and people who try to call out people causing, scams or using people or whatever, is something that will cause a huge amount of financial stress and legal stress and everything else. And YouTube does very little to protect people like myself. So there's been a number of creators who try to highlight these types of folks, Anyway, so that was the part where we know literally, and I'll show you the date here so that you can see when it happened. This was on the 12th of May, 2024. And this is when Dino brought over, Johnny Vegas was kind enough, because Tim came to Vegas talking about Ed Laughlin, saying he wanted to play golf. He was shocked, surprisingly, at the price of the golf clubs. And Johnny Vegas, out of the kindness of his heart, said, I'll lend you mine. And Ted has absconded with these golf clubs and is refusing to return them. The point he is recently even doubling down. I mean, his arrogance is just, I don't understand. And the fact he talks about going to church and stuff, it's just wild to me. Okay, let's get to the next one. Okay, a lot of you, I know, all right, let's share this Sam said. So this is the point, and this was important too, because you're going to see Tim bring out all this stuff again. Okay, so you need to sort of, you'll see the golf clubs at some point as well. That Tim, we obviously know the blue bag of golf clubs, so we'll be pointing those out. We're going to listen to Tim and talking about his day, and we're going to look over some stuff. But this is very important over here. Look at the viewfinder, because some things were given to Tim, 3 items, but the golf clubs, Tim laughs about being given the golf clubs. It's almost like he's setting up his scenario. And I feel that Tim, who traveled across the country and has befriended people, I think this is probably not, in my opinion, an unusual pattern of behavior from Tim to take what he thinks are innocuously small items from people that they've lent to him and go off with them. Because he's persistently moved and traveled throughout the United States his entire life. This is a man who at 16 years old, I know he was very young, but had no difficulty trying to sell really scammy products to young men who were going into the military to work while he was taking advantage of people his exact same age. And definitely was not considering ever spending time in the military. And I'm sure 3 marriages, these are all red flags in an individual. People want to send him money and support him, that's fine. But I don't think he should walk around with the holier than thou, butter shouldn't melt in his mouth, crushing it for Christ, when this man has never set foot in the church, and he wouldn't because he'd have to give some money to the donation tray. And he'd rather monetize a crushing it for Christ video for his own pocket and have everybody tell him he's preacher Tim and glaze the Jesus out of him. Literally.
Rangefinder for me, but he's got more. Let's get in and show him what we got. He picked it up for me yesterday. He gave me this of clubs, $1,000 set of clubs. It's got a driver and a 3 hybrid. This is a 5 hybrid, a Callaway, baby, Callaway. These are top clubs. Here, hold this. Then I got this rangefinder right here. All you do is you look in here and you push this button and you point it at anything, and it tells you how many yards. So,
and in my opinion, Tim is such a despicable human being. He's going to show this rangefinder. This, and we'll show that video too. This is just, and he's so excited because he's feeling the con, the grift just going on. He just can't believe it. I mean, when he got his channel and he was hitting it out the ballpark with that terrible Social Security video, he was just so excited. He was up and down North Carolina getting free hotel rooms. And we're talking about other people's, because obviously people thought, it was to show their businesses and stuff. So a lot of businesses were partnering with Tim. Tim was just getting, sent money left, right, and center. I mean, this man who planned nothing for his retirement, it just astounds me. It astounds me always that just a little tiny bit of, I guess, fame, if you may, even on a platform like YouTube, will have people just do some really, interesting behaviors.
You look at the flag on the green and, if you're out there in the middle of the fairway, you can know exactly how far it is. So I got this here, but the club was a bonus. And I mean, I need that in my arm. Then you got this little extra thing here for me. This is a little divot repair when the ball lands on the green, because, I'm going to be definitely putting it right on the green on my second shot. I'm going to be coming in from high. And when they come in from high, they leave a ball mark on the green. You got to repair those.
I'm sorry if I can't see the chat. The way this particular software is set up, I'd have to disappear from the screen. So I have to keep going, guys. I'm so sorry. I'll get to the chat in a minute.
So you gave me a little divot mark. I really appreciate everything, Johnny Vegas. So let's go ahead and have our lunch now. And I got lost getting here, but I got some good video for everybody. I went down the strip again and showed them everything.
Yeah, he took you the wrong way.
Look at Johnny. He looks good, huh? Got a haircut. Got my shirt on. Vegas, baby.
Ready
look at his shoes.
Ready to crush it.
Hey, look, you notice he don't have his sling on anymore.
I got it in the car.
You do?
It's in the car.
But he's still in some pain, so let's keep him in prayers.
Another month.
If he's swinging that club, he'll be wanting them clubs back. No, he's got his own clubs. But I want to play with him. All right, let's go inside and have some lunch.
He'll be wanting those clubs back. He's got his own clubs. No, he wanted his clubs back, Tim. He wanted his clubs back. They were lent to you. You know they were lent to you. Oh, it's a very frustrating thing to see. All right, let me get over to the chat, guys. Let me get over to the chat. I apologize for not being able to keep up with the chat at all. Okay, make sure to like the stream just to get it out there and let people know we're here. So, yeah, sorry about this. Griff just like Tim says, let me get over to one stream. And this was obviously obviously, let me just show the date on this one here. Let me try to get rid of this. This was on the 10th of June. So not even a month later, you know? Oh my goodness. Not even a month later did Tim. Sponsorships are where it's at, Timmy. Yeah, those shoes. Yeah. It just astounds me. Just, you know, this is Johnny Vegas didn't put a police report. I understand that Johnny Vegas is actually a retired police officer. That's what I understand from JJ's video today, that Johnny Vegas is a retired police officer. And he's also a very Christian man and somebody who's waiting for a heart transplant. I think he is just kind of letting it go. My whole purpose of trying to just bring this up is that Tim is somebody who doubles down about he doesn't think that other people should pass judgment on him. He doesn't believe that he is, you know, that he just doesn't see anything. It is really, you know, I think it's pretty reprehensible behavior. I mean, like I said, one thing is a Tupperware or a book or a small object that is not returned to somebody, something that somebody's even hoping that they won't see back. I literally had a friend of mine, I tried to return their Tupperware, like with something inside of it, like my grandma taught me to do. And my friend told me to please keep the Tupperware. She had so much in her house, you know, or the books. People often gift a book. That's a different thing. But over $2,000 worth of golf clubs, I think, no, he has not. Johnny Vegas has been with his wife for some time, Robert. And I think that's a really rude way to describe a female, whether she's from the country from Southeast Asia or she's here from the United States. And I would please ask you to refrain from such misogynistic talk in the chat. Just as a recommendation. It's not polite. Okay. All right. And obviously Robert is one of Tim's glazers, everybody. So Robert, I want to thank you for giving me time in the chat here. And this is what I find so interesting, is that there are people like Robert who are always going to be fully in support of somebody like Sarasota Tim. And they're going to come and gift him and be okay with that because they themselves enjoy being antithetical to what is society's normal moral behaviors. And Robert is a perfect example of that. And yeah, so he's obviously a real character. And so I would suggest that anybody does not engage with Robert Ferry in the chat. He's obviously a fan of Sarasota Tim, but I will take his views and I will take that YouTube coin too. So thank you, Robert. And thank you for making yourself known, because I think that's very good too. So thank you, Robert. Thank you for joining us today. Hey, Drew, come on in. Oh, sorry, Tree, come on in. Yeah, hey, and Abriana says, for Johnny Vegas, his faith. Well, yes, and I think that's a big part of it too. Yeah, Robert already declared himself. Well, we know that. Yeah, Robert will declare himself. Don't worry. Tim's got a bunch of glazers because these people have no shame. They really don't. Okay, I'm going to give away some memberships. Yeah. You know, I don't even worry about these people. Oh, let me see. I was trying to give away some memberships here. Hey, Chris, come on in. He said, oh, is Robert the Robert from the Laughlin parking lot? Oh, probably. Maybe. Who knows? Laughlin's a really sad place anyway. I watched a recent video. If you're interested in I thought about doing, oh my God. Oh, Robert, whatever your truth is. You know what? Well, Robert, you seem to be a fan. You know, no, I don't think you're particularly kind. And so but I appreciate your view. And I'm not engaging with you any further because I find you boring. Okay. All right. The only person I hope doesn't get a membership is Robert, because I will take it away from him. Oh, Angel, you got a membership. Blue Sky's got a membership. Cat Lady Life got a membership. Ginger and Carl. Good job, guys. Okay, well, that makes me happy. That's people I actually would like to see have memberships. Okay, we're going to get over to this one now. These are all Tim's stats over here. He's had over 26.9 million views, so you can work out his monetary gain from that. Not all monetized, but pretty much. He's been around for a while, old Sarasota Tim. So this is Tim recently, just 13 days ago. So this is in September. And we have Tim, and he is out here and without shame. He's no remorse. He doesn't have a conscience. That's what just and then some people will support him. People will actually support him and send him money and absolutely tell him what a great game of golf he's playing, and choose to ignore literal facts about this person being a con artist and a thief, in my opinion. And you not returning Johnny Vegas's golf clubs, Tim, as much as you wanted to laugh, you knew you were trying to pull a con on somebody. You're just a really bad person, in my opinion. I mean, I've personally had to deal with this person indicating he wants to come to my hometown, okay? That's how creepy and weird this dude is, okay? I have never once mentioned wanting to be anywhere near this person. He grosses me out, to be honest. I find him to be one of the most reprehensible creators on YouTube. And there's some really disgusting ones out there. But he's up there because he specifically targets a very vulnerable population, and that's elderly people. And that, to me, is gross. Just gross. You're gross.
Vision. Oh, it's a par 5 to start out.
Sorry, guys.
Let me turn you on. Here we go. They got red, white, and blue. I'm definitely going to go all the way to the front. I got to go over water. I got a par 5. No warm up, no range balls, no nothing.
I hope you saw, like, at the very back of his, obviously his golf club, Johnny Vegas's golf clubs.
Own it, baby. Look at this. I own it. That's that view I told you that condo has there. Oh, man, let me crush this. No mulligan, first shot. Took a 300 out. Here's a ball, somebody. It's a range ball.
I just want to say one of his subs sent him some buy me a coffee money just to make sure that he could pay for this golf. And if you happen to like my content today, make sure to hit the likes and subscribes and all that good stuff for me today to help send this one up the algorithm. Help pay for my young man, who is my editor. That's all I ask for. Make sure to give it a hype, all that good stuff. All that helps me out today. You're here. Cat Lady License, you're here, but watching on your TV in your pottery studio? Well, you enjoy that. That sounds wonderful. Yeah, that's right, Angel. Don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah. Oh, and you're so welcome for the memberships. Hey, there are a lot of creators who go live, and every single one of them can give away 10 memberships a month. Every single one of them. Okay? I love giving stuff away. Like I said, all the money that I make in YouTube, I give it away literally to other stuff in order to hopefully bring better content to my very small community. So that's why I just ask that you do things to help support as far as just subscribing, liking, sharing, all the stuff. And I know Tim does it too. It sounds like digital panhandling. I hope that I am bringing value to people, though. And I hope to find more scammers. I'm always looking. Foodie Beauty has been horrendous lately. But I always say, if her supporters, everybody's an adult. And if they want to give away their money, so be it. So do it. Give them money. Tim doesn't have memberships because that would take work, Catherine. His content's extremely low effort. He's got me riled up. He's been just absolutely this to me is just, apart from the EIDL and just the dry begging and the digital panhandling. Oh, I tell you, the video I have coming up, please make sure to like and support that one. I think it's going to be a good one.
I got a green ball, par 5, right in the middle. Here we go. There's my ball. I got a GPS here. Oh, there's water there. I got to stay to the right, huh? I'll definitely show you the good shots. Here I am. Second shot on a par 5. There's the green. Don't know how far I got, but I do happen to have a trusty rangefinder right here.
Oh, and a trusty thing of stolen golf clubs too, in my opinion. Well, I know they're taken, Tim, because the person who owns them literally was speaking to me on the phone, wanting you to give them back to him. Everybody has told you it costs $75 for you to ship these things. But no, for the past over a year, you have kept hold of this person's property to the point you don't care. You have no conscience. How do I know? Because you're out here literally on video, a monetized video, doubling down and showing this person's property. You are to me, it's just astounding. It is absolutely astounding to me. And what astounds me the most is he has subscribers who support him and send him money and glaze him and tell him how awesome this content is. To me, his subscribers are they're just the worst. They really are the worst. Just the way they pump up his just dull content. I mean, I know his views are really in the dirt, but everybody's views are kind of bad on YouTube at the moment. YouTube, I don't know. Supposedly, from what I heard, on August the 10th, YouTube had some changes that everybody suddenly saw a huge shift in their viewership, which obviously people don't like because changes in viewer numbers mean changes in AdSense pay. And so, but what I think has happened is that YouTube was able to detect the channels that actually are carrying ad blockers. So that means if obviously someone's carrying an ad blockers, those aren't views that are being given to ads. So YouTube's not counting them as ads, so that creators aren't suddenly getting paid for it because they shouldn't be. They're not. Their subscribers are blocking the ads. The ads are what pays people. I know nobody wants to watch them. So, but so people get software like that. And then obviously at the end of the day, YouTube is going to have software that's going to detect that. So it has been a change. Now, whether or not Sarasota Tim's audience is sophisticated enough to have ad blockers, I don't know.
You can give me the
this.
What did I do with it? Oh, it's in here. Thing right here.
Yes, that's the rangefinder that he did gift you, Tim. And I don't think they're inexpensive either. This is just what blows my mind away about this person. Then on top of it, he's talking about buying, motorcycles and, this, that, and the other.
And it looks like I've got 119 yards to the pin.
Yep, and that's the quality of content that we anticipate from Sarasota Tim. All right, guys, let me try to catch up in the chat over here. Let's share this tab instead. Like I said, the way that this software is set up, it's hard for me to get back and forth. Oh, his travel videos have been absolutely terrible. Oh, they have been a complete bust. And as I said, there's, a lot of YouTube creators have complained about the views recently. Yay! You finally made it to a live with people. Will you come on in? You come on in. Thank you for making it. Yeah, he kind of makes me sick to my stomach too. Not that I sit on the world's moral high ground on everything, but I think the fact that he has the audacity to moralize other people and stand there with those crushing it for Christ videos and talking about judgment and this, that, and the other, while he's out here, showing just blatantly, and he knows because Tim watches our content. Okay. We all know when Tim's responding to one of our videos or one of his videos. And recently, I guess, my content hasn't been as frequent because I've been in grad school and I work 4 days a week. And and I have 2 dogs, and I am, which is why I started working with the editor to kind of, try to get some better, more engaging looking content. I put out a couple of times a week and let him handle all the thumbnails. And I've been having to work till so late at night on my school projects and stuff that I have no energy to live stream, even though, yeah, it's his stuff is absolute Groundhog Day. In fact, I put out a video recently about how Groundhog Day, he's out of town and I understand he's off to Dollywood or something, but he doesn't have I saw one thing that was really interesting about Dollywood. It was some British guys that were eating the biggest food, trying out all the different food items in Dollywood, because to a British person, American food is exotic. It's very different, especially food down south. Very different from anything we'd be offered in the UK. So, but it was fun. It was fun and they loved every piece of it. So it was fun watching their reactions, Tim isn't fun. He's so fun. I wish they would quit his channel. I wish they would. I mean, I just wish they would there are so many people on this platform who are just inherently not great people, and they have figured out this platform offers them a lot of opportunities for money, and that's all that Tim cares about. And it's nobody's responsibility to take care of Sarasota Tim in his retirement. If Sarasota Tim did not plan for his retirement, and he's technically still not full retirement age, how, this has been an able-bodied man who digitally panhandles for other people to take care of his money. And we're going to hear a couple of times about him talking about his money situations because of that. So let's finish this out because I want to make sure this live stream is only a couple hours and not to overtake my wealth. All right, Tim. All right, guys. Let me make sure I see that I've kind of said hello to everybody. Hey, Beaver, are you new here? Let me say hello. We're calling out the scammers on the internet, Beaver. He is. He kind of is. I feel like him going off with those golf clubs and stuff is just terrible. Oh my God. One video was, I'm not motorcycle. Next to what kind of will I get? Yes. 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 If you want to buy me a coffee, part of it is to mock Sarasota Tim. The other part is if you want to help my rescue pit bull terrier mixes with toys, because Roscoe goes through one a day, and help them have fun. He's 2-on-1. Which one? Oh my goodness. Okay. So I bought this leather toy today from the pet store. It's like this. It's like pieces of leather that's all stacked up with I don't know, and it's all supposedly threaded to be super tough. Oh, and Tim talking about a dog at some point too, about not needing a dog. Anyway, Roscoe's already making work on that toy that I just bought him today. Oh, it's so funny. All right, enough dog talk, but this is the last one. Yeah, I'm so glad Beaver's here. Yeah, welcome, Beaver. Yes, thank you, Margaret. Yeah, make sure you hit the likes, Beaver, just to send more people. So Roscoe and Junebug went to the pet store down the road. It's actually an independently owned pet store here in town. So it's a small business. Tim would be in pet PetSmart or wherever. I'm in the locally owned independent pet store that has just the nicest staff in there, and they all know me, so I brought the dogs in anyway. Roscoe literally's got his head lifting up the little lids into the loose dog biscuits. And luckily the owner was there. I could not believe it. I mean, he scoffed down a few. I was buying some anyway, but oh my gosh, he scoffed down, and luckily the owner gave us some too. So he got really spoiled today. So anyway, it was fun. Okay. And now he's tearing up the toy. So the whole point of that conversation is to buy me a coffee. If it's not pretty much is going to pay for my young friend Luke, who's the editor that and I'm very happy to be able to, employ a young person with their business. They have a business that edits YouTube videos, and to be able to support a small business. So you're like supporting the channel with just, like I said, just the views alone and getting it out there. It helps me grow this channel, and I promise you, we have such great engagement. I do well enough that I feel that I could make those types of investments. And like I said, I'm obviously not making any money. So it's so funny when I've been called out by other creators, supposedly. I probably am the only one who actually spends my money with small business owners here in the United States. And I'm not talking about just the pet store. I'm talking about graphic designers who designed all these emojis and so forth for the members, and who do all my banners and stuff. And obviously the editors. These are all young people who I'm supporting with their independent businesses. So what have you done, Tim, with your YouTube money, by the way?
Are you watching this at home? Are you checking out this Ryder Cup? Oh my gosh. What a comeback from USA. But they're probably, look, it's a heck of a comeback. In 40 years, they've never seen a comeback of such a deficit.
Well, I don't want to burst your bubble, Tim, but Europe won.
And they have to run the table to win this thing. The odds are not for them, but what an amazing and exciting golf match. So let me mute this, and I'm going to talk to you guys. This is amazing. It's so amazing that I book around a golf tomorrow. That's right. I'm a golfer. So let me make a cup of coffee right here.
You're a golfer with somebody else's clubs, Tim. That's what you are. You're a thief, in my opinion, because you laughed that time about, he's already got another pair. Or another set. You really kind of knew what you were up to. And like I said, this is not the first time that this type of guy has been around the United States doing these types of behaviors. You don't suddenly wake up at 60 some years old acting the way that Sarasota Tim did, unless you had probably a brain injury. I mean, seriously. Something that altered literally the functioning of your brain. Tim, in my opinion, has had a lifetime of behaving in this manner. He just has. That's why he doesn't really have a lot to show for his life. And what he does have has been bought by YouTube. Money that just happened because YouTube somehow has a way of picking the most despicable human beings to blow up virally. I don't know. YouTube just has a way of doing it.
Oh my God. Oh, where you at? There you are. It's just beautiful here in Tennessee, man. In fact, I ain't. No, I went in the office and gave him some more rent money. I ain't going nowhere. I was going to head out of here and go back to Georgia. Nah. Not leaving this. Not yet. But don't get me wrong.
I don't think we got any content that's any different. I don't know if his views got any better. The only thing I can think is Tim's escaping the heat and the hurricane season. Because one thing that you have to remember is currently coming up around this time of year, especially on the East Coast, this is prime hurricane season. Prime. If we're going to get really bad weather coming from that, it's probably going to be about this time of year going forward. We get some, potentially really bad weather systems. Some of the biggest storms that I've experienced here in Virginia Beach, tropical storms, Tropical, there was one, Isabel. We've had a few. We don't get quite as hit as the Outer Banks. Come around September time. So I think that's one of the reasons why Tim is not in a hurry to return to Florida.
That doesn't mean I'm going to bypass Georgia either. I'm going there too. We're just going to extend this little deal out a little further. Why? I'll tell you why.
That way he also doesn't have to pick up Fred and Rafaela and rescue them.
2 minutes.
So
no, let's go 1:45 and see what happens. So, the good Lord is with me. No motorcycle talk. Don't worry about it. I ain't buying no damn motorcycle. That's a lot of money I can do a lot of stuff with. Like sitting here on this campsite. No, not going to do it. It's way, way, way too much money. I need to buy a condo. I need to buy a park model, a mobile home, a house, gold, something, anything but a damn motorcycle. I can get them on rent. I can get them on, let me do a.
Who thinks Tim is buying a house? I don't think Tim is. Why is Tim, the way he talks about stuff? You think you were listening to somebody who's like 27 or 37. I mean, if you had already owned property, Tim, then I can understand. Me downsizing is what most people start to talk about. But the fact that you're talking, I don't know how you're going to get a mortgage. It takes a little, I just, they do like to have, I just don't know the YouTube, from what I can gather, it's just kind of considered secondary income. And you really will, it's difficult. That's why probably a lot of these influencers almost like put down cash for their property sometimes. Because you really have to be making substantial amounts of money over an extended period of time. These businesses aren't quite accepting of these new types of giggy work quite yet as, consistent pay. It's just, we haven't caught up with the society as far as banking sometimes, in my opinion.
Review on, I can do all these things, but I'm just going to put it to bed. I'm not even sure I'm going to get the iPhone this year. It's on like 2 years without upgrading. I think I get one about every year. But what I have is so good.
It just astounds me that a man whose permanent residency is a $30,000 RV that he purchased with money obtained either through his YouTube channel or a big chunky chunk of that was through $58,400 of an EIDL loan. I mean, let's be honest. And yes, I have videos showing where he got the loan money. I finally have people who have finally said, oh, okay, yeah, I guess I can admit that taking a $58,400 EIDL loan was not a cool thing for Sarasota Tim to do. But I still don't understand why people don't like him. Whatever. Because you wish you had 50. These are the state. There are so, I feel like America really is the land of the scam. There are just so many of us that you really have to be aware. It's just there's so little. It's the Wild West on everything all the time. And everybody is out to make a buck. And they don't care how they do it. And who they would hurt. And whose stuff they would take. And Tim has no conscience. Talking about the good Lord and playing with golf clubs that he knows he took from somebody. I don't know how he can sleep with himself at night. I just don't get it.
And I feel good when I don't spend money and I still have my money. Knowing you could have something is more exciting, wishing you could have it, than you actually getting it sometimes. Because what happens? You buy a new shirt, new shoes, new pants, new house, new car. And in short order, you're interested in another new one to replace that one. You go into a dressing room, you put on a shirt that you're trying on. You're like, you take this one off. That was your special new shirt. You throw it in the corner. Now you're the old shirt. Let me get this new shirt. Same way with shoes. Same way with cars. Yeah. What can you give me for that? Trade that in. I'm not excited about that anymore. It's the same thing with motorcycles, homes, boats, you name it.
And wives and children. I don't know. I don't prescribe to this mentality, Tim. I don't know if many in the audience do. I don't feel that way. I have clothes that I've had for years. And when the seasons change, I'm like, oh, I get to wear this one out. I just don't care. I wear it till it kind of goes. I mean, I have had the same car. I'm excited about having my vehicle paid off and being able to have no car payments. Obviously, because the interest rate on cars were low. It's like 1.99%. So there was no reason to pay a car in cash. But it is something that I look forward to not having that car payment. Is it nice to have a new car? I guess. But this one runs perfectly fine. And the thought of not having a payment is actually way more exciting to me. I've had the same condo for over 20 some years. Have I had a lot of opportunities to sell this place and sell it for a good amount of money? Yeah. Have I decided that there's other stuff that's happening in my life, like school or other things, it's just make it not right, like the priority? And I haven't really found a place I like yet. I mean, I don't know. I know you guys are saying stuff in the chat. Chat away. But I think this is a Tim problem. And I think how he's been able to get so much money from the Buy Me a Coffee, from obviously YouTube, his supposedly free Social Security check, all of this money where he's not really had to work that hard for it. It's just, and he just goes shopping. That's an addiction. I mean, this is like serious issues. Upgrading your iPhone, I promise you, Tim, I have an iPhone 14. The only thing I change is the case. And until it literally is the iPhone kills my phone to nothing, then I will get a new phone, which means I have nothing on the trade-in, maybe $100 by the time I decide to trade up or trade in for a new phone. It's not a trade-in. I just buy another phone. I then just make the decision. And because like I said, I've paid for the phone in cash and I've worn the phone down. I don't care about the status symbol. Nobody knows if I'm on an iPhone, whatever. That nobody knows. But you are obsessed with status symbols, sir. All right. Let me go.
There's 2 good days in owning anything. And that's the day you marry it and the day you divorce it. So I got excited about it. I got off on watching the videos and all that. Hey, where's that creamer? Come on back. We're going to go to the store and do some shopping. Hey, look. I'm going to tell you what we're going to be doing if I can get to it. Let me bring it out and show you. They own the defrost. I'll set them out on the counter today, but they're never going to be, well, they're about.
Great. Tim's colon is screaming at this point because Tim has supposedly been asked by his physician to go get a colonoscopy. Tim has also alluded to the fact he can't defecate properly. You know what? That's not good. You know, I don't care. Worst, this is where I get, I'll get him on that court. I mean, he and the fact that he decided to get rid of the bananas, he doesn't understand the reason why you have to have potassium in your diet. You know what? Your heart will tell you why you should have some potassium in your diet, Tim. I hope that you don't try to find out what a cardiac arrhythmia feels like.
Out there, but it's too late in the day. This is tomorrow after golf. So.
Okay, guys. I specifically picked some of his golfing tropes over here. Let me get over here to the stream. Let's catch up on the chat for a second. I'm going to give away some more memberships. Those poor ribs. Oh, it's going to be terrible. Hey, Pat. He's nothing without his little status symbols. Take away the toys, stolen property, and all of what's left. Yeah, I promise you. I just saw one of, his tent videos from Ted and Jolene's a couple of years ago. This is all. You didn't know he had a bad bowel problem? Oh, yeah. He has mentioned in videos, and I wanted to make a video reaction, and I just didn't. And I got to try because I have to find all the clips and stuff. But he did mention a couple of months ago that he does not defecate properly. He doesn't have anything come out. He assumes that the meat is being absorbed more readily into the colon, and that's why he hasn't got anything coming out. but he obviously has Tim. Maybe it's because you had your back to it, but dogs are carnivores, and I promise you, I've got 2 of these suckers over here. And these dogs' poops are not readily absorbed completely into the colon where there's nothing coming out. Okay? That's a bowel issue. And that is the reason why your primary care, the new NP guy, tried to go get you to go get a colonoscopy, but you left town instead. You got your dermatological stuff sorted out, but you decided to ignore the colonoscopy request. So I find that really disingenuous when you go on about how great your carnivore diet is, because somebody who's a 66-year-old man eating red meat the way you do desperately needs to have his colon checked out. I can link the studies down below. All right, let's give away 10 more memberships. Hey, Dr. Falcon, come on in. You might have been here for a while. I've just been, I have to stream out this one. Anyway, let me send 5, I'm gifting 5 memberships. And like I said, any creator who live streams and does this can give away memberships. Foodie Beauty, have you ever given any of your pieces a free monthly membership ever? Probably not. We got Alan got one, Gen XX got one, Patty got one, Mary Carl got one, and William got one. Oh, that's a good group. I know all you peeps. I know you all. So I'm very excited. Yeah, congrats. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, absolutely. And I appreciate those of you who are constant supporters of this community, because you pay for the editing services. And sometimes I do give you obviously a little bit of a bonus and let you see the videos first, especially these new ones coming out. You're a newbie, well, come on in. Well, I am one of the OG commentators on this hot mess on YouTube. He likes to, you're very, very welcome. He likes to get out and tell everybody he is like just living the dream and living the life. Most of it with, illegally gained property, in my opinion.
What was really good, turn that air conditioner off so you can hear me. What was really good about not hiking today or going.
Oh, and I forgot to tell you, in the cease and desist, Tim, that my attorney sent you, she told you specifically to stop talking about your health stuff, okay? Because you're not licensed to do stuff, okay? Those of you new in this, I am a registered nurse here in the United States, trained to be a nurse educator. So part of what we do is we educate the community and the public. And so anybody who thinks that I don't have any business being out here and educating around topics of health, yeah, you know what I think of you. And most of the people who make these comments, strangely, are people not in my profession.
Or anything else. I sat in this chair today and I wanted to go to sleep so bad. I wanted to take a nap. I actually, for fighting it, went in there and laid down, take a nap. And I took my phone with me. And I said, how come I'm not drowsy anymore? Well, let me watch another Gold Wing video or a phone video or some kind of YouTube video. And I just laid there, couldn't go to sleep, couldn't take a nap. So,
I swear he wants like an advertiser for this. Okay, we're going to have to bring him out, guys. You know it. You know it. You know who's coming into the chat, everybody. Hey, come on in, Dinger. You know who's coming into the chat. We're going to have to add him to the stream, guys. We have to go.
No. I simply asked. I said, I wish I could have this drive Megan. Well, I mean, how is that? You know what that is. Well, all right, what it is, what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it, Tim? And when you drive begging for a Gold Wing motorcycle, digitally panhandling for buy me a coffees, asking for everyone to use your Amazon links, telling everybody to send you gas money because it helps the cause. What is the cause? Can somebody explain to me? Send it in the chat. What is the cause? He was watching Pornhub. Oh, Lord, I can't put that on my TV. YouTube will censor me, Dr. Falcon.
I got back up and I started watching this golf tournament. You ever seen heavy whipping thing like that? Yeah, you know, Kroger's got their own kind of brands. So I got back up and I went and walked. You saw the trail walk this morning. I talked about motorcycles.
Oh, God.
And then I want to go walk some more. I want to get some more steps in. I got about 5,000 so far. Nothing. Wow. That's nothing. Here we go. And as it turned out, watching this golf, they got me all excited about golf. Golf isn't any good except Monday through Thursday here in town. The weekends, there's not.
You can't walk a colonoscopy away, Tim. Go get that colon checked. If you're not defecating properly and it's coming out like water, that's a problem, mate. You do not absorb protein like that into your colon. I do not know where you think that is scientifically possible. That is the most moronic thing I think I've heard in a long time. I mean, seriously, I don't think even a 10-year-old believes that is what happens when they eat meat.
Any deals. So I went on golfnow.com, got me a deal. I mean, cheap, under $50 for 18 holes with a cart at a beautiful golf course. I haven't played yet. My third different one since I've been here. So since I decided to stay on, this is whipping cream. That's awful thick looking. Here, I'm going to repeat everything. Good thing I didn't go hike today. I wouldn't be worth a darn golfing likely tomorrow from a rest that I'll no doubt need because I plan on doing a good hike next time.
Just to give you a heads up, he mentions golf 16 times in this video.
My hike. And so today's a day of rest. Getting steps in. I'll probably go back over to, oh my God, what is all this? Bugs got in there? Oh yeah, gross. Those gnat flies that get in here, they get into the coffee. Oh, darn it. Now I gotta make some fresh. Oh boy, wasted all my cream. Oh. These things are flying around in here. The grass bugs or whatever.
Tim, do you have like an explosive personality disorder or intermittent anger issues or something? Because that was a lot of like upset because a bug got in your coffee. It's just like the amount of irritation and like the event that like happened, like they don't like match. I know I get irritated with Tim. I just find it irritating that because we just can't control anything on social media. We can't stop these people from being on these platforms. And I can't stop people from wanting to support him. All I can do is try to show his problematic behavior. That's it.
There's these little microscopic things, and you'll be sitting there, and they'll come fly around your nose and stuff. I don't have that in Florida. I don't have flies either, just mosquitoes, and the light bugs at night that like to fly around the light.
I don't know. Aren't you like out in like a wooded area, like a campsite? Am I the only person that's like, oh yeah, it is a protein. Yeah, you're right. And he's on the carnivore diet. Why would he care? You thought it was a whole bunch of gnats? Gross. Well, yeah. Camping, it's a wonderful life. Yeah, exactly. I mean, how does he not? He's living the best life ever out there. Oh yeah, that he would never go to one of these like great little local businesses and do something fun. You know, that's exactly like if I'm out of town, I'm in a local brewery, a local little restaurant. You know, I usually have the dogs with me. I'm always at like little places that I find out through reviews or, you know, just looking around, whatever. I don't know. And I think a lot of us would prefer that. Look at this man swatting the bugs away. Yeah. Well, Dana, that makes way too much sense. He's angry because he's in the forest and he's got bugs. And we got upset because the neighbors were having a good time. He really is becoming a grumpy old so-and-so.
Anyway, I'll make the coffee later.
Oh, no. Just
I'm going to make it now after I finish this video. I just wanted to tell you guys.
Oh, yes.
If I went hiking today, I wouldn't be worth the darn golfing tomorrow. So this has got.
Who are you telling, Tim? 1,000 actual subscribers that care, and the rest of it's probably hate watch. And the other people just sadly stumbled upon you on the recommended page.
Excited. What's it called?
The Ryder Cup, Tim.
The Ryder Cup. I can't think. So I paid to stay a lot longer. So I'm going to hike again. I'm going to golf again. I'm going to e-bike, e-scooter again. I'm going to walk again. I'm going to go to the car
I'm going to play with the stolen golf clubs again.
wash multiple times again. I'm going to go grocery shopping again. I'm going to go to Walmart again. I'm going to.
Doesn't this just sound absolutely thrilling? Aren't we excited to hear? And I'm glad he just wiped his nose with his hand because that's so pleasant. I know I probably touched my nose earlier. I do have tissue just in case. Oh, great. A Walmart visit and a car wash. Is this supposed to be ironic at this point?
Gibs Cove again. I'm going to drive across the Smokies again. I might go into North Carolina again. I'm going to repeat and crush it. And guess what else I'm doing as a bonus? I'm going to Dollywood. Did you know? I saw a video. I think I talked about it this morning. It's 160 acres compared to 108 acres that Disney is.
It's going to be not worthy of anything, the video, sadly.
Orlando. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go check it out. I got an in on getting in because you know me. I'm not gonna throw down big money to go some. I don't even know what it is, but for free, I will go in there. So I'm going in there and I'll make a video. It's gonna be a good video.
That's why it was so chef's kiss when you got that parking ticket, Tim. Tim will be talking about his new iPhone, his $28,000 desire of a Goldwing Honda motorcycle, but he's too cheap to go into Dollywood. But he talked about the fact he needed a new pair of pants the other day. So it's just very interesting where Tim likes to spend his money. And you know, if it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, I'm not, you know, oh goodness, it's just such, oh my God.
I got a subscriber that's coming to town that got all excited about Pigeon Forge and the island and all that. And he wants to come. He's bringing his wife and they're coming up there. I won't be here, but they're going to come. Others probably will come. It's a fantastic place. I don't even want to leave. In fact, I was supposed to leave and I ain't leaving. So you only go around once, folks. I'm living my life. So again, I'll hike the day after. Tomorrow will be the big rib barbecue. And I'll do the hike the next day and another day. It's going to be Dollywood. And it's going to be travel with a scenic video. It'll be the scooter riding. It's going to be all of these things repeating. So get ready.
With a grifting con artist, in my opinion.
For the big show. Right now, I've got to make a fresh, I'll just make a cup. I won't make a whole pot. I forgot about those flying bugs. But yeah, and every night, that music I told you about they have here, it's every night. And it usually is only on Saturday nights. I was talking to the office today. But because they're having bluegrass and music festivals and all that was going on over at the LeConte, it's kind of a music time of the year. First, it was the Rod Run. Then it's this. It's always something. And so a lot of people that do their own singing that aren't maybe record label people, but they're awesome, they come in here and set up and they barter a deal, I guess, between free camping and entertainment. And so the people love it. It's 1 hour. I told you. I mean, when they go on, you know they're on. It's loud. It's good. They have church on Sunday morning right out there. This place is amazing. And the mobile home people up here that have been living here for years, some have other homes. A lot of them live year round right here. It's not so brutal here. It's like,
I was trying to figure out if Tim was rolling his eyes when they talked about the church on Sunday. Because we know, like I said, Tim don't like to give away to a donation tray. He likes it if you donate to him. That's it. It's it's Tim. What can we say? YouTube is just a vessel for Tim to make his money to supplement his retirement. That's all. That's what we got.
Atlanta winters. It's not, New York type thing. And I know some numbers. I won't divulge them, but I know some numbers of what it costs to buy. You don't own the property, but man, it's cheap, the lot rent. And if you owned a unit, there's people waiting to buy in here. You're never going to get in. I'm never going to get in. Maybe if I got to know somebody. Because, that's really what it takes to get in here. And with Sevierville being like a really nice town for your normal shopping and doing stuff, this is kind of a tourist town. There's stores and all that. Walmart.
He just gets so excited when he just thinks he can get away with something. You can see his excitement just building up. I thought that he could get to know somebody and get in and not have to pay. And it's the way he's operated his whole life, everybody. It's just a champagne lifestyle on a water budget.
Everything's here. But, your big home stores and auto repair and Sevierville. Gatlinburg is just a little strip of, tourist town. But when you have that mix, and then the other things, Maryville, North Carolina, there's so many things. Knoxville, that's 30 minutes. There's so much around here geographically. This would be a very, very cool place to call home. It beats like Charlotte and Charleston and any of those places, because even Panama City, because they get cold as heck too.
I don't know. I really like Charlotte. I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina. And it's a nice, if you like living in a sort of fun metropolitan city, but close to the mountains and some fun stuff, then Charlotte's a great city. It's a little far from the water for me as far as like the beach. I am a coastal person.
Charleston, they freeze to death right on the beach. So cold there or here or Atlanta or Charlotte, they're all the same. But it's smaller, and living here and having Knoxville, right there, Chattanooga, down the street from that. And then, like I say, you take 40 and 81, you got all the way, you can go over to the beach, you got, Western North Carolina, you can be in D.C.
Yeah, Tim talks about what he's going to do the way that Foodie Beauty talks about how she's going back to Canada.
You can be all these places. You're up here. You got a little
they all talk,
leg up.
These people
and you don't have to worry about the weather like in Florida with hurricanes, because anything that even comes into North Carolina or those things that come out and then hit the northeastern part of the United States, while Helene definitely proved me wrong on what I'm saying with North Carolina, here in Tennessee, you're pretty much safe and got a buffer from the mountains and all that of anything like that. You just have to worry about
this. Let's skip it along.
Bad.
See if he says anything else.
Too. You're still thinking about it. It was really something. There's some other hikes that I looked at that aren't as vigorous.
All right,
uphill,
let's get to the last one,
yes,
then we can finish this up, because Tim is pretty boring at this point. Okay, let's get out to this one. I think he talks. This is like I think this is from today. Is it the 20? Oh no, this is yesterday's video. I think he talks about his bills or something in this one, and we'll just finish this one out, guys. I'm gonna share this tab instead. All right, take it away, Tim.
I'm trying to upload now. That's the only challenge I've got is the Wi-Fi speeds of uploading. It's really, works the TV fine.
Now, if you're new to Sarasota Tim, you will find his personality. He's a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and his personality about any place that he's at. 1 minute, it will be the best place, the best thing, the best whatever in the world. And the next minute, he'll be outside complaining about the Wi-Fi or something. So the positivity is just a ruse to get people to watch his content, because you saw how mad he got at those gnats. That's the real Sarasota Tim, okay? Not the pretend positivity guy. Unless he thinks he's getting money out of people or somebody's golf clubs, because you saw how excited he was then.
No, my phone works fine to surf the web. My TV's a smart TV, so you got to have the internet. watch YouTube and stuff. But when it comes to uploading a video onto the internet and social media, download and upload are two different things. That's why I switched off Visible. And I sure miss that, because since they raised the rent where I live in Florida, and just everything else going up by the day, I need to go back and reevaluate my total overhead of what bills I do have. You know, electric, nothing I can do about that. But with the rent and everything, and take something off. I think I have that Amazon Prime. I'm going to blow that out. Walmart Plus, I'm going to blow that out. And instead of getting the iPhone for free with T-Mobile, if there was any way I could be sure that Visible on their $45 plan, which is half of what I'm paying, would have a good upload speed and have plenty of hotspots so I can power my TV and everything. That's another thing I got to have. I got to have home internet, basically, and that's what the hotspot does. So you can figure that's at least $30 a month, right, that people pay for home internet. So if I'm paying $90 for
home internet, I don't know about that, Tim. I pay $50 for a wireless, which seems to be reasonable. Oh gosh, wait for it, everybody. We're going to be getting countless amounts of content from Tim talking about his wireless and his phone services again. And he's going to have to do hashtag T-Mobile, hashtag Visible, hashtag Social Security. You know, and try to hopefully, you know, knock another one out the park, because you see the quality, just the content is just, you know, I'm so glad we're getting another tour of the Microlight Flagstaff and the Q12 Weber grill.
my cell phone service with T-Mobile, I'm really paying $60 plus my home internet. Okay, I'm just thinking out loud here. And the Visible, so it's only like $15, unless their hotspot was included that was, you know, really good. Then I would be home.
Now remember, Tim cheaping out here on his Wi-Fi, but we just went through the motorbike and the iPhone upgrade. He's still umming and ahhing, people. I promise you, once he's back in Florida and he's not paying the same type of taxes on that iPhone or whatever, there's something that's stopping Tim from wanting to get it up in this region. It's probably taxes, probably less tax to pay on property, like a phone in Florida, because different states have different levels of property tax. Like, it was less expensive for me to buy my computer in Virginia because it was actually less tax than in North Carolina for retail. So there you go. So that's probably what he's thinking.
Home Wi-Fi and cellular service. And if it had a good upload speed, upload my YouTube videos, then, you know, I could switch back to video and cut that in half. That's like almost $50 a month, I could say, which will offset my rent increase and maybe something else. Especially.
Yeah, but he'll pop around a Walmart and spend $50 on pants, you know. But we know he probably returns all this stuff anyway. So is he really spending money on pants? Because he is the king of the return. You know, most of the stuff he buys, you know, I'm surprised he even hits the laundromat. I'm surprised he don't wear. We know he wears a lot of stuff with tags. There was that. Remember the hat? That was like the American hat. We all laughed about the fact that it was his Memorial Day hat. He still had the tag on it. Who's seen that hat? We know he returns all this stuff. He's cheap SOB. He really is. But he wants you to send him money. Make sure you hit the likes. Help me out, guys.
With canceling that Amazon Prime, I very seldom buy anything. You can get free shipping anyway if you spend so much money. But the Prime is it gives you the music and it gives you next day delivery, and that's not all the time. But you can get free delivery, enough money if you buy a couple things.
Oh, for goodness sake. Tim is just like, he's like worried about money, but he's not worried about money. Oh, you know, which is it, Tim? Are you worried about your money? Are you not worried about your money? Sorry, I come over here to look at I have not even noticed about Cougar Chat. Sorry, guys. Cougar Sand. Yeah, Cougar Sand is just a troll. Just a troll. Just a troll. His Bucky table is faded. Probably still has the tag on it. Oh, I'm sure. I'm surprised he didn't try to return that back to the Buckies.
So anyway, yeah, things are going to be getting more expensive, and so you got to be cautious about what you spend your money on, and make sure you make some investments into some kind of assets. And everything is an asset. This is an asset. These are no longer depreciating items like they were. They may depreciate, and they do, but it isn't like, 10 years ago, pre-pandemic. Everything costs more money now. So
okay, Tim, I already did a video about you losing over $10,000 in the first year on that Honda. You are probably one of the worst people to manage money that I have ever seen. I can't say that I'm particularly fantastic, but you're really bad. I know out here trying to give financial advice. Talk about hashtag Social Security secrets at 62 and hashtag retirement, hashtag all this, lies, hashtag con, hashtag grift. That's what you should have, sweetheart. And then, you know what? I'm going to have to bring him out again, guys. I'm so sorry. We're just going to have to because Tim just got bad again. I'm so sorry. Back to the beginning.
Yeah, somebody with you who has a couple dollars and you looking at something you want. I wish I had. I wish I had that. Then you look up the side of your head. Go ahead. So you drive back there. What happened? She bought it.
Yep, that's right. You're just simply looking and you're wanting Tim, and you just, that's what you like, buddy. You're just looking and wanting. Oh yeah, things are more expensive. Yeah. Well, that's what he hoped. Oh, is Cougar Stan thinking that Tim's story's 100% to miss? Oh, Cougar Stan is a absolute troll. I'm surprised they're not one of Chantel's Beezers on top of it because they're so trollicious. So, Tim's, this is where I just love the digital panhandler that is Sarasota Tim. Tim is getting a free entry to Dollywood, which is a really nice gift. His daughter, I think helped him get a reduced price stay at a campground. He is somebody who has literal subscribers showing up at his doorsteps and giving him cans of coffee and things of creamer. I'm just curious this year if he's going to open up a P.O. box or not. He rather you send him some buy me a coffee money, guys.
If you're going to sell something, you better make darn sure you're not going to buy it again, because you better think of replacement value.
Oh, and the cars on the assets, Tim. One, how much of that is just they're losing liabilities, Tim. The trailer, that trailer, the way you maintain it, it's not going to last long. These types of travel trailers, Tim, are not meant to be lived in full time. And you pretty much, buddy, live full time in yours. And these little travel trailers, they're just for a weekend vacation or a little bit away. They're not designed to be. These walls are flimsy as heck. This isn't a.
Oh, let me just tell you a little secret. A guy had a Gold Wing. Oh, I thought you weren't going to talk about it. It was one I wanted, but it didn't have the automatic transmission. But it was the color I wanted, and it was in my neighborhood in Florida. And he basically just decided to hang up his boots. His kids were getting on him that he was getting up in the years and didn't want him to ride. And he had a guy that he rode with, a good friend of his. He went to school with, even high school, and they've toured all over the United States of America.
Oh, sorry, guys.
And he lost him. He had a heart attack and died. And all the trips that he took, they took together. So it wasn't the same. And then it was kind of a wake-up call and everything else. So the family basically and himself, just kind of reflected and said, all right, that's it. He's got all these memories. He's been everywhere. He's done everything. So he sold the bike, and he had this beautiful Gold Wing, a 2024. Okay, folks, that's a brand new motorcycle, and it didn't have any mileage on it. He had just got it and decided to make this decision. He had the trailer for it. He had riding gear he was including. He had the best deal of the world, and he did sell it. I reached out to him just to ask some questions, and he sold it 2 days ago. But the guy that bought it from Ohio, that came down with a trailer, came all the way from Ohio to buy it, he didn't want the trailer. He didn't want the riding gear and all that. He just wanted the bike and he wanted a better price. And so the trailer is a bush deck trailer. It's a, if you don't know, they're very expensive. I talked about it. I bought one before. They're made in Tennessee, and they're just an incredible motorcycle trailer. Lots of engineering went into this trailer. So he's going to sell that separately. He kept all of his gear, and he gave the guy the bike for a number you won't believe. A number you won't believe. Just over 20. The guy that got that bike, I mean, I would throw rocks at an automatic transmission model. You know, I don't care how bad I want one. If I could have got that bike for the 24, a touring model with the trunk on the back, my gosh, what a deal that guy got. And he said, you know, I could have got more for it, but one thing I got, plenty of money. So he just wanted it gone. This guy would.
Oh gosh. All right. Let's see what Tim's been up to recently, guys. Let's see what today brings to us from Sarasota Tim. Because obviously, you know, we don't need to see him cooking an entire breakfast over here. And I don't think he says anything more relevant on this video. Let's see. Let's finish out with whatever came out today. Oh, he's talking about leaving Florida. So let's take a look at this exciting car content. This is what we get, guys. This is what we get. This is what we get from Sarasota Tim.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim. So, look at this sunshine. Oh my gosh, we're
great.
Give me something. Give me something. Anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, wow. That's just great. Because Tim doesn't really have a history of unrepaired glaucoma, that he's had to have surgery in one eye twice. So look at those. They really look like darkening sunglasses that are really going to help you with getting the sun out of your eyes, Tim. He really does not care to take care of himself. I mean, he cares to look like he's dressed up in a golf shirt or whatever. Oh.
I'm at the Whistle Express. I always want to say Whistle Stop.
Got the crusher a bit. Okay, that's good.
Cleaned up again twice a day, whether she needs it or not. And I'm heading to McDonald's now for I guess a cup of coffee instead of a zing.
Very strong.
And I might get a double order of scrambled eggs and bacon, or just a single order. Oh my.
I mean, see, look, you can tell the sun is really, these are not good glasses for somebody with a history of glaucoma. Yeah, they mirror, but they really are kind of thin. I'm sure there's some status symbol brand that Tim had to get that a subscriber, probably, I think a subscriber bought these sunglasses for him, sent him $300 because, you know, an able-bodied man who never had a job through his entire life in the United States needs to be supported in his retirement.
My gosh, that's some bright sun. So let's get crushing it. This is at Wares Valley Road. I'm wearing out, and we're gonna be heading to Gatlinburg. The drive's about a half an hour. Of course, it'll fly by with the scenery and everything. People are out and about. Man, I can really get used to this waking up at 60 degrees. That's not cold, and that's definitely not warm. 70 degrees was what I've been waking up to a lot here. And when I first got here, I was waking up to 59, 60 degrees. And that's just, I mean, it can't be better. You don't even need really a coat. You can walk outside with shorts. If you want to put a long sleeve shirt or a very light sweater, if you're, you know, easily chilled, you could do that. It could even be a little chillier, and that's doable too with a light coat or a sweater, like it is in the mornings in San Diego, on the coastal area. So I just could really get into this. I mean, man, those snowbirds that come down to Florida that leave when it starts getting hot, and they got, you know, nice weather up north. Of course, in the summer it's hot for them too, but they're looking for it, right? People in Jersey and all that, they go to that beach. They're looking for the hottest weather they can find because they know that winter's depressing.
I just want to know where this person's sense of entitlement came from. Can somebody just please explain why is he so entitled to think that he's got a life, that he ever worked hard enough in his miserable life to be a snowbird or anything, a bird? This man is, and yeah, he wants people who have regular jobs to send him money. Because it's probably not somebody who's an entrepreneur sending it to you, Tim. It's probably somebody with a regular job, what you like to call a prison job. Seriously, I really do think that the people that, I understand that people initially thought that he was this affable chappy or whatever. But I think if you start to read into his con over a period of time, then you have to be dubious as to why people still want to watch this content. I mean, it's slightly upgraded from Foodie Beauty. At least we get to see, parts of Tennessee or something, but not really. I don't know if this Tennessee or this is Bradenton, because all I've seen is a Burger King and an Exxon.
But to go back to Florida, I'm going to go back before it really cools down. It's 90 degrees right now. I looked at it this morning, 87, 90, same thing. Because with the heat and humidity, it was like 95. It's hot as hay. And here it was.
It's Hades. Hot as Hades. If you're going to try to sound like you know how to give out a refrain or something, Tim, at least pronounce it correctly.
82, 83 a few days, several days. And I complained about the heat here. I'm like, where's this cool air? Fall. Well, this is it right now. It's 63 degrees and it's 10 minutes till 9 a.m. And it just feels amazing. It's going to be great on golf. Out to sea. And so even people in Savannah and whatever are all going to be spared of any like major rain as well. I got mountains out here in the horizon, clouds over them.
I just feel like that would be a sign from God from the fact that he stole him from a man who's expecting a heart transplant. And it's just, and then he just doubling down about this golf. Oh, and with this live stream and everything else coming out, guys, he's going to double down more than ever.
This place is so cool. Like I was talking about last night, this is a touristy town right here. It might get to be a little annoying, on the weekends because of all the tourists. But if you live in Sevierville, people go right past that to here and Gatlinburg. But if you live there, or hell, even Knoxville, if you had a job, then you're right here. Go to the Smokies.
Something that Tim wasn't able to get from Aldi. A job. Probably because he had no real work history. Just saying you had your own business. Aldi didn't want him to even stack shelves. The only type of job that Tim could get was like doing the sausages and whatever inside a supermarket. He wouldn't actually be employed by a supermarket, probably because he has no viable work history. And of course, he wouldn't have, he wouldn't think about Uber delivery driving. When this channel absolutely goes down the pan, and it is, because Tim's channel is dying. Okay, and we're just here trying to put the final nails into his coffin. And I will continue to look for new scammers on the internet to bring to you guys. And we will continue to let everybody know about people that prey on people on the internet. And I will try. And as always, you got to have a pretty thick skin to be in the commentary space because of the fact that these creators, they're going to come after you. And they are going to try to take your channel down because they do not want people criticizing and highlighting their behaviors, because obviously it stops their income stream. It's not because Tim's this great guy delivering valuable content to his subscribers. The whole reason that Tim is, maintaining this YouTube grift is in order for him to just literally make money. And it's not to say that we all don't make money, but I do actually have a purpose behind mine. I've always had this purpose, and that's to call out people that I think are scamming or misleading people, especially around topics to do with health, which is very easy for me to spot. And he's the worst.
You got Chattanooga, you got Cherokee and all the other parts of North Carolina. Man, geographically is what I like to think about. Like where I'm at, I can go over to West Palm, and I got nothing but the same as I got in Sarasota, except worse. There's all the people there now. In Miami, I got no use for. Fort Lauderdale, got no use for. The Keys, I got no use for.
Miami. Oh, please, Tim. Tim talking about Miami over here. Let me just catch up with the chat real fast. Tim talking about Miami. Please. Tim, is that your alpha grandpa reason why you want to head over to Miami? Miami, please. Pat says she joined my channel to anti-MLM. Yes. And, oh my goodness. And that's why I find it so astounding that some of the biggest channels on YouTube and podcasts are probably, it surprises me. And so many people are like, oh, I love that person. You're just like, really? Like, oh, there's some, and I've called them out, and people have been surprised on these. Like that Mel Robbins to me is just terrible. And she hung out with some, oh my gosh, her, Jay Shetty, any of these people. Oh my gosh. It just, I don't know if it's that something about social media is gonna, be like a light that's gonna call these little moths to it that just have a lack of conscience, and so they don't care what they say or do as long as it brings them money. They'll say anything. They'll come out with anything and perpetuate any type of lie about lifestyle, or that they have the secrets to this, that, and the other, because the world is such a, tumultuous and turbulent place, and I think that people are always wanting to, seek really easy solutions to stuff. It's just, I'm always just baffled. And then people who are actually, and like I said, to come into the commentary space, you are going to have to fight against these people not wanting you to obviously say stuff. They just don't. Oh, who's Stu? Stu, it's his Stu. Stu, you're wasting your time with your games. I don't even. Oh, yeah. Poor Stu. Okay. Stu's trying to get me to interact, and I'm not doing it, Stu.
Tampa, I got no use for. Where if you live in like Charlotte or Knoxville or Chattanooga or Pigeon Forge or somewhere like that, just think geographically in every direction, all the cool places you can be on a day drive, and constantly keep bouncing off of them throughout the year, making your way around like a clock. You live in Knoxville, you go to Atlanta, you go to Chattanooga, you come here, you get over into North Carolina, Asheville, you spring north, whatever there is up there. I don't have the map in front of me.
Tim, you would not fit into Asheville at all. Asheville is not your vibe. Okay. The people of it's a community with a lot of people who are artists and free thinkers and very liberal. And so you would have a miserable time in Asheville. Please do not, just no. Asheville's great. And I would never wish the residents of Asheville to ever have to deal with this character.
But if you just look at the circle around you in any of these cities up here in the Southeast, even Atlanta. I mean, my daughter lives in the north part, so it's not as busy, although it's really grown. I mean, it's 10 times what it was when she moved there. And that's where I'm going to be going back very soon and stay for a week or so. And, that
would be interesting, because I understand his son-in-law does not like him filming around him because he is a high school teacher and he doesn't want Sarasota Tim shenanigans around there. And I wouldn't either. I still want to know who gave you the black eye, Tim, at Easter time, because we know it wasn't from a cannonball or preacher, whatever the heck you said it was.
You could be up here. They come to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge all the time. So you have all of these things. When you live in Florida, only for the winter, it'd be awesome, because if you are down there year round, it's so hot. And if you
you would think that Tim has just discovered the idea that Florida is where people go in just the wintertime. I tell you, he just turns on a camera and it's just whatever slop comes to his mind is what we get to hear.
Want to go off on the weekend somewhere or a few days, you got to drive an entire day just to get out of the state. Well, it's really, I'm going to go inside and eat and have something. I got an hour and a half, and that's perfect. I'm going to go in here, crush some coffee, some bacon and eggs. I'm telling you, folks, there's a very good possibility. I'm going to look into my Medicare, and I'm going to look into these areas up here.
I'm going to put out a poll in a second to have, we're going to put a poll out. Do we think that Sarasota Tim is going to move out of Florida? It's a simple yes, no. Is Sarasota Tim going to move from the Bradenton slab? Tim moving from the Bradenton slab permanently. Because remember, we don't think Miss Tammy there anymore, so he doesn't have a reason. Fred and Rafaela would be really it. For good? Let's see. Let's see. All right, I just started the poll. We got a few minutes. We'll finish this live stream a little bit before 4:30. Up till now, we just put out that poll. Is Sarasota Tim moving from the Bradenton slab from good? And then at the end, we'll see what you guys think. Because he's talking a lot, you know. As we know, he's talking a lot. Yeah, the sympathies are with the people of Tennessee. Absolutely, cocktails. They are. It is a good question because he's going to talk about it. Can he get a free advantage plan? Well, that's something we need to find out. Does he think his views have improved? Is this Sarasota Tim's new life? I don't know.
And maybe I'll leave Florida. And also, raise your hand again. Who knows they can't believe a damn thing I say? Crush it.
Yes, and that is true. We can't really believe a dang thing that Sarasota Tim says. That's absolutely true. All right. I think we got enough time just to peek in on anything that came in new. Time to give you guys time to also clock into this video. Now, we've got this video, and I'm not really sure. It was uploaded today. Tagged hashtag Social Security, hashtag he didn't pony up in Jacksonville. Oh, he sounds like an owl. Oh, he is. Yeah, he's full of it. Airtime. Yeah. I mean, he hasn't quite reached the foodie beauty levels of a 6-hour live stream, but he certainly can put out 6 hours worth of content in a given day. Don't you believe he can? That's why he's upset. That's why he's umming and ahhing. Because remember, he does not want to think about moving or whatever. Okay, here we go. Oh no, that was the one I had earlier. Hold on. It's this one. Sorry, I meant to share this tab instead. Sorry about that. This one is named the 2024, because we've never seen this one before. Flagstaff Micro 25 his 25-foot KBS best value floor pan build quality ball none under 50 grand. Oh, Lord.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Sarasota Tim.
Let me see.
Coming to you from inside my beautiful camper.
Hold on. Let me just make sure I've got him at 1.25. Yes. Thank you, Jesus.
In gorgeous Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And it is going to be an awesome 79 to 80 degree, sunny, low humidity.
Now, I do want to point out this video uploaded after the one where he's eating breakfast. So I don't know what's up with Tim's upload schedule. So that's a bit wonky woo.
Beautiful golfing day. And that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be teeing off in a couple of hours. But right now, I'm just going to make a little video.
Tim, do I need to ask a couple of questions? One, is this tee off? Is it with somebody's, let me move myself around. Sorry, guys. Somebody's golf clubs that were taken. Is that, yes. If you want to help Roscoe's getting ready to get his teeth cleaned at the dentist. And if you do want to show support, you can send us money or buy us a coffee. There you go. All right. So, and I think I had another question too. Are you full of just absolute piffle and BS-ery as always, Tim? Let's see how our poll's going. It's up and down. So far, we've had 69% believe so far that Tim is not going to move from the Bradenton slab for good. Even though he has complained about the rent going up, guys, but he is still renting it, supposedly. And yes, 31% say that he's not. Tim keeps talking about this golf, guys. I feel that he's definitely doing some enormous drive begging today in the hopes that people will pay for his golf. Keep going, Tim.
In the truck, Walmart, make sure I got plenty of balls, anything else I might need. I'm going to pick up another hiking pole so I can have 2 of them. And next this week, we are here for the duration.
Because Tim, of course, can't just, do something and not do it to the absolute maximum of having all the crap known to mankind. 2 walking poles. He went out and bought himself some hiking shoes, which I'm glad. I have hiking boots, but I have hiking trails next to my house, Tim. And I also lived up in the Aurora Mountains in North Carolina and had hiking boots for that. But he has to have, it's hiking Tim. I can't, we have to think of a good name for hiking Tim. Trail Timmy. Trail Timmy. He's like Tech Timmy, 10 Cup Timmy, Trail Timmy now. He's Trail Timmy. And he's got to have the Trail Timmy outfit. It's a little baseball cap. It's 2 walking sticks. It's his hiking boots, which he hopes not to get too dirty. He probably washed those before he returns them to whichever store he purchased them at.
And we're going to have a good time. Woke up this morning at 61 degrees, 60 degrees, something like that. Felt a little chilly, or maybe in here. That was what the phone says from where it reads it in town. It might have been 58 or 60, but it felt a little chilly in here, so I had to turn on the fireplace there. I turned it off since then, took a hot shower, watched a couple more YouTube videos, read through some comments, got up at 4.
Well, Tim, if you were reading through your comments, that must have taken you about 2 seconds because you usually have about 9 comments on a video with well over 1,000 views. That makes sense. My videos, about the same number of views, will have 200 or 300 comments on it, which I really do appreciate. Tim's sanitized commentary section, though, his comments, he may have 14 comments left. So, Tim, it can't be taking you that long. You've got the strictest, moderation. So, the fact that you can't keep up with the paltry number of comments that you get on your channel is absolutely sad. I mean, it just, it blows me away when these people say this is their full-time gig. This is what they do to support themselves. This is how they make money. And they throw out just one video after another of the lowest grade content known to mankind, 6 or 7 hours a day. Tim is not ashamed of throwing up 10 videos in one day. Easily 10 videos in a day. And stuff that his audience cares nothing to hear about. They don't care about his iPhone. They don't care about him trying to buy a motorcycle. They don't care about it, especially when he's turning around and digitally panhandling for them to make donations to his Buy Me a Coffee to support the cause. Why are you a cause, Tim? I feel the same type of just sheer amazement and astonishment, the same way I do with Chantel's Beezers, when they are sending her thousands of dollars for her to supposedly escape back to Canada because she was divorcing Salah. And it's been weeks, and yet she still hasn't moved from Syria. So I guess it's not that bad of a divorce, hey? I guess it's not that bad. I guess she's not hurting that much. And I wouldn't be surprised if she, you know, she might go home for Christmas because she usually gets presents and stuff. And she might be wanting to get, you know, the Christmas going on and eat herself stupid and get some party favors going. But other than that, oh, I just don't get it. I mean, like, I answer my comments while I'm at work. I mean, I guess, you know, I'm not saying that I'm just, but I mean, at least I do try to get some content out. I'm trying to up my live stream. I obviously am a graduate student with, you know, trying to finish out my master's degree. I'm almost there. It takes forever. I do work almost full time. I have dogs and a home I own. I have a lot of responsibilities over here. But I don't feel that it's anybody's responsibility to support me. I do this because I have fun. And I finally just said today, even though I'm sick, I said, I want to have fun. I haven't streamed in forever, you know, because usually I'm always at work at this time of day. I'm back tomorrow, though. Yeah, Foodie. She's swimming in, oh, yeah, and all that money. I don't even know if it's going to blow up on her because they sent her money for the cat, and that was an absolute fiasco. Didn't seem to faze them. They sent her money for that young child to have her special needs school. She's never showed receipts. That doesn't seem to faze them. I actually believe the more that people tell her supporters it should faze them, it actually fuels them to donate more money to her. So it's kind of like these people are going to make these terrible decisions. And I actually don't think it's going to blow up on their face. I think these people enjoy kind of the parasocial relationship that they have with her. And just whatever they get from thinking they've done something for somebody who's never going to be grateful for it. Tim's not really grateful. He's really not. I stumbled into that a few times. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, he's really not a good person, Stuart. I think what the community is trying to encourage is that you take the time to understand the fabric of his character. And even though he may be somebody with a successful YouTube channel, he is never going to share those secrets with you. Okay? Tim, you know, despite being the con artist that he is, has never, I'll make myself a little bit bigger because I'm going to finish out here, is never going to be somebody who is going to help another creator do anything. He has zero interest. Tim can't even care for his own children. It's what his daughter does for him. Have we heard anything about Tim chipping in any monies to help his grandson with college? I mean, his son-in-law, I mean, he's probably been in his job for a while, but he's a high school teacher. Okay. So and yet Tim seems to be the taker on everything. Taker Baker is the reason why he is. And it's just astounding. And the thing that surprises me the most is that people don't seem to get upset or offended. You know, they really don't. They don't seem to get upset or offended. You're putting a timeout. Well, Tim, you're never going to be put back in. Oh, my timeout? Well, I can't attest to that one. I haven't been looking. I'm not moderating. The parasocial element, emotional fulfillment from either her or the response of the haters. Yeah. I mean, there's been, we already know there's such a huge, weird dynamic between, the internet and social media and the girls, you know, and, you know, because they do make some obscene amounts of money. And despite that, they still come out and ask people for financial support and help. And people will still give it. What if I just told you guys that Roscoe's teeth are going to be $1,000 and I need you to send me, I don't know if they're going to be that much, just lying. He's going to have a lot of work done. He's got a lot of broken teeth. And I need $1,000. Sammy says, it insults your intelligence. Yeah, I get pretty insulted. Thank you for your gifted membership. Oh, that was me, True Ginger. I gifted the membership. Believe it or not, that was me. So you're welcome. And I always point this out. Every creator who live streams can give 10 free memberships out a month. I was so excited to hear that YouTube, when I finally discovered I could do it, because I don't know, I was so excited because I love to give stuff away. It's my way of saying thank you to people, and and those who do support, I appreciate that too. It's like, it's the least, and it not, if my only other thing that I can try to do with the channel is obviously try to get better content, which is why I've worked with an editor, and it feels nice. I'm providing employment for a young person, not that they, but I mean, that's a way that I can, feel that that's something that my platform's just doing more. It's not about, and I guess that's why it's so difficult for me to see people that are so much about what they gain from things, when I'm somebody who's, well, obviously I'm a registered nurse. My whole life, it's been about service and caring for others and making sure that people are safe, And I guess, since that, is my passion, just as much as my channel. If my channel blew up and actually was financially viable beyond just support staff that I get, that would be fantastic. But I also understand that type of growth and development of a channel takes a lot of dedication, and it takes like strategic planning and really understanding your audience and how to do things. Some of it is just sheer luck, as we know with Sarasota Tim, but his channel is dying. All right, we're going to end the poll now, guys, because I'm going to finish this one up. So the question was, and thank you for all 61 of you who took the time to vote in this. It was, is Sarasota Tim moving from the Bradenton slab for good? 69% said no, and 31% said yes. So I would say the majority don't really think that Tim is going to head his way out of Florida. Though I do find it interesting because of the fact that obviously I don't know, like I said, with the hurricane weather, he's probably not going to be there. But, Tammy's probably not there. So there's no reasons to return. So I guess it will be curious. But I know whatever will happen, he's definitely going to be definitely dry begging for some gas money. And Jesus is going to see that, Tim. And Tim, for all your crushing it for Christ, the fact that you've never even been able to set foot in a church on a Sunday. I mean, it just seems, there's nothing worse than a false prophet like somebody like Tim, I was surprised Tim went out there talking about the TikTok rapture. Oh my goodness, guys. All right. I've got just 1 minute and you can tell that I'm getting more stuffy and I need to blow my nose and get rid of this phlegm. And I've had a really bad cold. So I just want to thank everybody for being here today. My moderators, we had Sammy in the chat, we had Angel of Class.